Good morning, all. Eric coming at you once again with the cruise news you can use. Got lots of news stories today. Some interesting, some sad, some funny, some interesting again. Anyway, let's get started. So first up, the unofficial cruise capital of the world, Port of Miami, is the honor of hosting 8 new ships over the next couple of months. Quite interesting diversity of ships, probably the best way to put it. But yeah, so in the next, basically the next 4 months, the Port of Miami is going to host 8 new ships from 8 different cruise lines, where it'll be the first time that these ships have home ported in Miami. The Oceania Cruises Vista, the Carnival Venezia, the Scenic Cruises Yacht 2. All 3 of these ships will be in Miami for the first time this October, so this month. Then in November we got the Crystal Cruises Serenity, the MSC luxury explorer ship, the Explorer 1, and the Norwegian Viva. They'll all touch down in November for the first time in Miami. And then in December, we've got the Regent Seven Seas Cruises. The Grandeur will arrive into Miami. And then finally, the much anticipated, much marketed, much touted Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas will arrive into Miami. So lots of new ships coming into an already, in my opinion, overcrowded port. But maybe Miami is actually the cruise capital of the world. I can't think of another port that has this designate, this amount of new ships coming in such a small window. Next up, an Australian judge holds Carnival Corporation accountable. So an Australian judge, Australian federal court judge, has ruled that Carnival Corporation is to be held accountable for a COVID-19 outbreak on the Princess Ruby back in March of 2020. Seems the judge decided that the Princess and the parent corporation were negligent in their responsibilities, and ordered Carnival to pay the medical expenses incurred by Mrs. Susan Carpick after her and her husband both contracted COVID while on the Ruby. I believe it was 1,000 cases, a little over 1,000 cases of COVID, including, unfortunately, 28 deaths due to COVID, which were all directly attributable to sailing on that ship. This opens the door for more lawsuits, and it'd be interesting to see what comes out of this. More Carnival news and more lawsuit news, unfortunately. Back in September of 22, Mr. William Tuttle, my apologies, was on the Carnival Horizon, and he had a balcony room, and unfortunately his balcony door slammed shut with his finger caught in it, and his finger was severed in the process, and he's filed a lawsuit against Carnival Corp in U.S. federal court. He's seeking damages above $75,000 and a trial by jury. Of course, Carnival has not commented about an ongoing lawsuit. I do find it interesting that he's pushing for a trial by jury. We'll see how that lawsuit plays out. Windstar Cruises, major changes to their itineraries. Their ship, the Star Legend, has been redeployed from the Middle East to the Med. Basically, Windstar scrubbed her entire season in the Middle East and replaced it with a series of 16 sailings between Barcelona and Rome, starting November 20th. So those itineraries just went on sale. So if you're looking for a beautiful luxury cruise ship in doing Mediterranean sailing, hop on their website as soon as you can, because the Star Legend only holds 312 guests because she's an all suite cruise ship. So jump on them before they're gone. And finally, the Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas makes 2 stops in Florida instead of 1 stop. She's in the middle of a 7-night sailing where she was supposed to hit Coco Cay. She hit Port Canaveral and then was going to leave Port Canaveral and then hit Coco Cay. Well, the weather in the Bahamas, it is hurricane season towards the end of it, but it's still hurricane season. So they basically decided, I believe it was Tuesday night, that they were going to skip Coco Cay, and instead they stopped in Fort Lauderdale. Now, Fort Lauderdale is not a bad port to visit. There are lots of things to do, but if you were, looking forward to Coco Cay, unfortunately, they had to pull the plug on that one. So I hope you enjoy, if you're on that ship, I hope Fort Lauderdale wasn't too much of a disappointment. So that's about it for today. That's all the cruise news you can use that I've got for now. And have a great day.